Tioga Road over Tioga Pass is located in the eastern portion of Yosemite National Park, and it provides a way to drive through the park's high country connecting Yosemite Valley with Highway 395. It was built in the late 1930s and is the highest highway pass in California. While many people visit Yosemite Valley, far fewer take the time to make this drive, which is one of the best in California. I wanted to create this video to show how beautiful the route is and to share some of my favorite stops. Also, note that this road is only open in the summer and closed from the snow the rest of the year. Let's jump into it and let me know what I left off in the comments. To begin the drive along Tioga Road, my mom and I spent the night in Lee Vining and started early the next day. Our first stop was at Wo Nelly Deli, which has become a famous place for good food in the middle of nowhere. I usually get fish tacos and I've been here a dozen times, but this time we just got breakfast and it's as good as I hoped it would be. We also grabbed snacks for lunch since we would not be anywhere with food the rest of the day. Leaving Wo Nelly Deli, the road starts a giant climb up towards Tioga Pass. This is a stressful drive on the way down if you haven't checked your brakes in a while, but on the way up there are some great pullouts for views of the canyon and the route. There's some information plaques and a seasonal waterfall near the top as well. As you round the final bend, you'll reach the first of many high-altitude lakes along this drive, Ellerly Lake. There's a great lookout right where you make the turn if you want to stop for a few minutes and admire the view. As you continue, you'll reach your second lake, Tioga Lake, which is my personal favorite. This lake has an amazing reflection of the surrounding mountains and it's stunning to see and to photograph. There are a few pullouts and a campground at this lake. When you leave Tioga Lake, you'll reach Tioga Pass, which sits at a little over 9,900 feet. This is where you'll have to pay to enter Yosemite National Park, but the pass you buy is good for 6 more days, so you can use it to explore the valley as well. From here, the road enters into some tree cover, which makes it not as picturesque as the drive up, but keep your eyes peeled for deer, as I often see them when I'm driving through here. You will then arrive at the Tuolumne Meadows area, which is one of the most popular areas in this part of the park. In Tuolumne Meadows, you can hike dozens of trails, with Lambert Dome, an imposing piece of granite, being one of the most popular. Other hikes here lead to Glen Aulin, Unicorn Peak, and many other backcountry adventures. You can also just explore Tuolumne Meadows and walk along the creek as well, which is never a bad idea. Plus, the short hike to Soda Springs, which is a cabin that was built around carbonated water coming out of the ground, is also a fun hike in the Tuolumne Meadows area. From there, the road continues through sprawling granite rocks and small forests before reaching Tenaya Lake. Tenaya Lake is probably the most well-known lake on Tioga Road, and it's often a popular location for people to hang out and enjoy during the summer. There are a few places to pull out, with the main one being a beach area with picnic benches and a pit toilet. The views from this lake are stunning as well. The lake is next to the Sunrise Lakes trailhead, which is where hikes to the popular Clouds Rest usually begin. You can watch a full video on my hike to Clouds Rest in the description. Tioga Road climbs from here until it reaches Olmsted Point, with its fantastic viewpoint of the backside of Half Dome. This is another well-visited spot, but people usually don't stay here for long, so if you wait, you'll probably get a parking spot eventually. Olmsted Point is also an amazing spot for sunset as well, and be sure to look back at Tenaya Lake as you're driving up. As you continue onward, you get great views of Clouds Rest as you start the downhill to May Lake. May Lake is a perfect short hike that leads to a stunning lake and backcountry campground. I've only done it when the lake was frozen over with ice and snow, and I can't wait to come back and do it in the summer. Do note that it's mostly uphill when you do this hike though. As you head on, the views start to diminish as you enter a more forested area where there are less breaks in the trees to see the backcountry of Yosemite. This area has lots of trailheads that access many popular backcountry hikes as well. Porcupine Creek is one of those trailheads, and it leads to North Dome, which is an amazing spot to get views of Half Dome from. This trail also has Indian Arch, which is one of the few rock arches in Yosemite National Park. Many more trailheads pop up as you continue, with Lucan's Lake being the next quick one that many people often do. This short hike goes uphill the entire way and takes you to another stunning lake along the drive. From here, the last spot I've personally visited is Tuolumne Grove at the end of Tioga Road. Tuolumne Grove is a grove of giant sequoias that's not as stunning as Mariposa Grove, but is a much less popular and great family-friendly hike. I have another video on just this grove in the description if you want to check it out, and it can also be a fun spot for snowshoeing in the winter as well. As you can see, the road trip along Tioga Road is amazing, and this is just a very small percentage of the places you can visit along the drive. Especially if you're into hiking, there are hundreds of great options along Tioga Road for great hikes in the Yosemite backcountry. I hope you enjoyed this road trip video, and let me know what your favorite spot along Tioga Road is in the comments. We'll see you on the next video.